The Long Island serial killer case begins in December 2010 when a search for a missing woman, Shannan Gilbert, leads to a grisly discovery along Gilgo Beach. While searching for Gilbert, police stumble upon the remains of another woman. Over the following days, more bodies are uncovered, all in close proximity to one another. These discoveries spark a media frenzy and lead to an extensive investigation that reveals a horrifying pattern of unsolved murders dating back nearly 2 decades. This chapter sets the stage for the dark mystery that will unfold. The Long Island Serial Killer. Unraveling the Mystery of Gilgo Beach. As the investigation deepens, a chilling picture begins to emerge. The victims, mostly young women involved in the sex trade, are linked by their tragic fates and the eerie location of their final resting place. Gilgo Beach, once a serene coastal getaway, becomes a haunting symbol of untold horrors. The media dubs the unknown perpetrator the Long Island serial killer, fueling public fear and fascination. Despite numerous leads and extensive efforts by law enforcement, the identity of the killer remains elusive, leaving a community on edge and families desperate for answers. As the investigation into the Long Island serial killer unfolds, we turn our focus to the lives of the victims, most of whom were young women involved in the sex trade. Their stories are more than just tragic ends. They are tales of vulnerability, resilience, and the harsh realities faced by those in the shadows of society. Each victim had a unique story, a life filled with dreams, struggles, and moments of hope. Many were daughters, sisters, and mothers, navigating a dangerous world in search of a better life. They were often driven to the margins by circumstances beyond their control, finding themselves in an unforgiving environment where danger lurked at every corner. One such story is that of Melissa Barthelemy, a 24-year-old who moved to New York with dreams of a brighter future. She was last seen in July 2009, her disappearance a chilling precursor to the discoveries at Gilgo Beach. Melissa's family remembers her as a loving sister with a contagious smile, a young woman who fell victim to a predator while trying to make ends meet. Then there's Waterman, a 22-year-old mother from Maine, whose life was cut short in June 2010. Megan's disappearance left a void that her family still feels deeply today. Her mother recalls Megan's infectious laughter and the dreams she had for her young daughter, a future that was brutally stolen from them. Shannan Gilbert, whose search led to the initial discovery, was a 24-year-old aspiring actress and escort. Her frantic 911 call on the night she disappeared paints a haunting picture of her final moments. Shannan's case remains a focal point, her voice a desperate plea for help that echoes through the corridors of this dark mystery. By humanizing these victims, we shed light on the harsh realities faced by those involved in the sex trade. Their lives, not just their deaths, are a testament to the vulnerability of individuals who are often forgotten by society. The loss felt by their families is profound, a reminder of the ongoing impact of these unsolved murders. As we remember Melissa, Megan, Shannan, and the other victims, we honor their lives and acknowledge the pain endured by their loved ones. Their stories compel us to seek justice and ensure that their memories are not lost in the shadows of Gilgo Beach. The investigation into the Long Island serial killer is one of the most extensive in modern history. This chapter examines the key moments of the investigation, from the initial discovery of the bodies to the involvement of the FBI and other agencies. It all began with the grim discovery of Shannan Gilbert's body, which led to the unearthing of multiple victims buried in the sands of Gilgo Beach. The Suffolk County Police Department, initially overwhelmed by the scope of the case, quickly sought assistance from the FBI. This collaboration brought advanced forensic techniques and profiling expertise into the hunt for the elusive predator. Law enforcement agencies meticulously combed through the evidence, piecing together fragments of a complex puzzle. They scrutinized phone records, investigated potential suspects, and employed cutting-edge technology to analyze crime scenes. The methods used were exhaustive, involving ground-penetrating radar, aerial searches, and cadaver dogs, all in an effort to uncover any clues that could lead to the killer. Despite these extensive efforts, the investigation was fraught with challenges. The killer's meticulous methods left little physical evidence, and each new lead seemed to end in frustration. The vast and isolated terrain of Gilgo Beach provided the perfect cover, allowing the perpetrator to remain hidden in the shadows. the involvement of the FBI brought a new level of scrutiny to the case. Behavioral analysts constructed profiles of the potential suspect, delving into the psychology of a killer capable of such heinous acts. Theories emerged, pointing to a possible local connection, someone familiar with the area and its hidden corners. As the years passed, the frustration of hitting dead ends weighed heavily on the investigators. The relentless pursuit of justice, however, never wavered. Each piece of evidence, no matter how small, was a beacon of hope in the dark mystery of Gilgo Beach. The hunt for the Long Island serial killer continues to this day, a testament to the dedication of those who seek to bring closure to the victims' families. The chilling nature of the case, combined with the killer's ability to evade capture, adds to the haunting legacy of Gilgo Beach. As we delve deeper into the investigation, we uncover the tireless efforts of law enforcement and the unyielding quest for answers. The story of the Long Island serial killer is not just a tale of horror, but a journey into the depths of human determination and resilience. The search for the truth is ongoing, and every new discovery brings us closer to unmasking the shadowy figure behind these heinous crimes. The journey is far from over, but the pursuit of justice drives us forward, illuminating the darkness that has long shrouded Gilgo Beach. As the hunt for the Long Island serial killer intensifies, the question on everyone's mind is, who is responsible for these heinous crimes? In this chapter, we delve into the various theories and suspects that have emerged over the years, each one adding a new layer of intrigue to this dark mystery. Some investigators and true crime enthusiasts believe the killer is a local, someone with intimate knowledge of the isolated terrain of Gilgo Beach. This theory suggests that the perpetrator could be hiding in plain sight, blending seamlessly into the community while committing these unspeakable acts. The familiarity with the area would provide an advantage, allowing the killer to navigate the secluded spots where the bodies were found. Others speculate that the murders could be the work of multiple individuals. This theory, though less popular, points to the possibility of a coordinated effort or even a copycat scenario. The differences in the victims' profiles and the varying methods used in the killings lend some credence to this unsettling idea. Over the years, several potential suspects have been considered, each bringing their own set of chilling possibilities. From local residents with suspicious behaviors to individuals with known criminal backgrounds, the list of suspects is as varied as it is disturbing. One name that often comes up is Dr. Peter Hackett, a former Oak Beach resident who inserted himself into the investigation early on. His behavior raised eyebrows, but concrete evidence linking him to the crimes has never been found. Another suspect who has drawn significant attention is James Burke, the former Suffolk County Police Chief. His controversial tenure and subsequent imprisonment for assault and obstruction of justice have fueled speculation about his possible involvement or cover-up related to the case. However, like many other leads, this theory remains unproven. As we explore these theories and suspects, it becomes clear that the mystery of the Long Island serial killer is far from being solved. Each new piece of information, each new suspect, adds to the complexity of the case. While no definitive answers have been found, these possibilities leave us with much to ponder. As the investigation into the Long Island serial killer continues, one of the most compelling aspects is understanding the psyche behind the predator. Criminal profiling has become an invaluable tool in this pursuit, offering insights into what might drive someone to commit such unspeakable acts. Experts in criminal psychology have painted a chilling portrait of the killer. They suggest that this individual is highly methodical, meticulously planning each crime to avoid detection. The precision with which the bodies were disposed of indicates a calculated mind, one that takes great care in covering their tracks. But what could motivate such a person? One theory is that the killer derives a sense of power and control from their actions. The act of taking a life, in their twisted perspective, could be a way to assert dominance and superiority. This need for control might extend to the way they interact with their victims, choosing individuals who they believe they can easily overpower. The killer's behavior also suggests a deep-seated need for secrecy. The isolated locations where the bodies were found imply that the perpetrator is familiar with the terrain and understands how to use it to their advantage. This knowledge points to someone who is either a local or has spent considerable time studying the area, further adding to the complexity of the case. Another intriguing aspect is the possible duality in the killer's personality. On the surface, they may appear to be a normal, even upstanding member of society. This facade allows them to blend in, evading suspicion while continuing their horrific acts. However, beneath this veneer lies a dark and disturbed individual, driven by impulses that most cannot comprehend. While these psychological profiles offer valuable insights, they also raise more questions. What events in the killer's past could have shaped such a monstrous persona? Is there a pattern in their behavior that can be traced back to earlier incidents? Understanding the mind of the Long Island serial killer is crucial to unraveling the mystery that enshrouds Gilgo Beach. As we delve deeper into this psychological labyrinth, we inch closer to uncovering the truth. The mind of a killer is a dark and twisted place, but within it lies the key to solving this harrowing case. As the years have passed, the case of the Long Island serial killer has continued to grip the public's imagination. Despite the time that has elapsed, the investigation remains active, with recent developments offering new hope in the quest for justice. One of the most significant advancements has been in the realm of forensic science. Cutting-edge techniques in DNA analysis have breathed new life into old evidence. By re-examining the remains and items found at the crime scenes, investigators have been able to extract genetic material that was previously undetectable. These breakthroughs have led to the identification of previously unknown victims, providing some solace to their families and offering new avenues for investigation. In addition to DNA advancements, the use of geographic profiling has provided fresh insights into the killer's movements and potential base of operations. By analyzing the locations where the bodies were discovered, experts have been able to narrow down the areas where the killer might live or work. This method has helped to focus the search and has led to the discovery of new leads. The impact of the case on the families of the victims cannot be overstated. For them, the pain of losing a loved one is compounded by the uncertainty and lack of closure. Many have become advocates for justice, tirelessly working to keep the case in the public eye and urging law enforcement to continue their efforts. Their resilience and determination serve as a poignant reminder of the human toll behind the headlines. The community at large has also been profoundly affected. The fear that the killer may still be at large casts a long shadow over Long Island. Residents remain vigilant, and the haunting memories of the gruesome discoveries at Gilgo Beach linger. The case has prompted discussions about safety, the effectiveness of law enforcement, and the need for continued vigilance. As we delve deeper into these recent developments, we are reminded that the search for the Long Island serial killer is far from over. Each new piece of evidence, each new lead, brings us closer to the truth. The possibility that the killer is still out there adds an unsettling twist to this ongoing mystery, but it also fuels the determination to bring them to justice. As we delve deeper into the enigma of the Long Island serial killer, we are left with a myriad of unanswered questions. These questions not only haunt the families of the victims, but also captivate the minds of investigators, true crime enthusiasts, and the public at large. Why has the killer never been caught? Despite the advancements in forensic science and the tireless efforts of law enforcement, the elusive predator remains at large. Could they still be out there, blending into society, watching and waiting for their next opportunity? Or have they perhaps moved on, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and broken lives in their wake? Theories abound, each one bringing its own set of possibilities and uncertainties. Some suggest the killer is a local, familiar with the intricate geography of Long Island. Others believe the killer may have connections to law enforcement or possess a deep understanding of investigative procedures, allowing them to stay one step ahead. And then there are those who speculate that the killer may have stopped due to unforeseen circumstances, such as incarceration for another crime, or even death. As we ponder these questions, we invite you, our viewers, to share your thoughts and theories. Could there be a clue hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered? Your insights and engagement could play a crucial role in unraveling this mystery. The case of the Long Island serial killer is a dark reminder of the complexities of human nature and the lengths to which darkness can extend. It serves as a chilling testament to the unresolved mysteries that continue to linger, casting long shadows over the pursuit of justice. As we reach the end of our journey through the chilling case of the Long Island serial killer, we find ourselves standing on the precipice of a haunting legacy, Gilgo Beach, once known for its serene beauty, is now etched into the annals of true crime history as a site of unrelenting mystery and sorrow. The sands of this quiet coastline hold stories of lives tragically cut short and a predator who remains in the shadows. The unanswered questions, the victims' stories, and the relentless hunt for the killer all converge into a tapestry of darkness that refuses to fade. Each theory, each suspect, and each piece of evidence brings us closer to the truth, yet the final puzzle piece remains elusive. The Long Island serial killer case is a grim testament to the limits of human understanding and the depths of human depravity. The impact of this case extends far beyond the borders of Long Island. It has left an indelible mark on the families of the victims, the investigators who tirelessly seek justice, and the community that lives under the shadow of fear. It serves as a stark reminder that evil can lurk in the most unsuspecting places, and that the quest for truth is an ongoing battle. As we conclude this chapter, we are reminded that the story of the Long Island serial killer is far from over. The quest for answers continues, driven by the hope that one day, justice will prevail. The victims deserve closure, their families deserve peace, and the community deserves to feel safe once more. We encourage you to stay vigilant, remain engaged, and continue the conversation. Your insights, theories, and observations could be the key to unlocking this enduring mystery. The truth is out there, waiting to be uncovered. Together, we can keep the light of hope burning and honor the memories of those who lost their lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the haunting legacy of Gilgo Beach. Stay safe, stay aware, and never stop seeking the truth.